Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're looking at the Hyundai Elantra N. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Murdoch Hyundai here in Linden, Utah for some time with this Elantra. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes to an 8-speed dual clutch. You can also get this with a manual. Power outputs are 276 horsepower and then 289 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 20 around town and then 27 on the highway. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, I think it's very interesting, those sharp lines that they do. It makes this look a little bit boxier, but this is like a sportier car, which is kind of not expected. Blacked out Hyundai badge, and then popping down below, really cool with the turn signal indicators. You've got the little N logo there offset to the one side, and then it's all blacked out. And overall, I think the front end looks pretty darn aggressive. Now our tire wheel setup is 245 by 35 by 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see we've got these cool red brake calipers with the N logo, and those are high performance tires. Pretty crazy to see that on a car of this price point. You guys will be shocked, I think, at the price at the end. Little N logo there on the bodywork at the bottom. And then side profile on this car, again with the red brake calipers and everything, they don't contrast as nice because this car's red, but when you see this in like white, for example, it really pops. And then this leads us to the key fob. There we go. We've got our lock and unlock function, remote start, opening for the trunk, and logo there on the back. It's pretty cool looking fob, but we will pop that open. It just pops open a little bit. Quite a bit of storage here in the back. Notice we got little tabs there on either side to throw it on the seats. You got the bracing in the back too, which I guess gets rid of some of the practicality. But anyways, closing that, we've got this cool spoiler here as well. Look at the taillight design, it's kind of like a light bar. Another N logo there, and then look how aggressive the exhaust tip is. But there's the rest of the rear. Now this leads us inside, where you can see we've got this nice kind of like suede trim there. A little more basic with material use though, some areas. Seats are really cool. I mean, look at that. That's fun with all the trim. Slide in here. Legroom, it's good. We've got some USB ports here in the back. And then it does kind of slope down a little bit because of the sunroof, but overall headroom's pretty good for this type of car. And this of course leads us up front, where again you can see we've got the kind of like more basic material, but then you've got the suede down below with that cool design that goes across. All of our window controls here with the mirror adjustment set up, blind spot monitoring the mirrors. And then here's the front seat with the N logo. Cool design overall. It does have the manual adjustment there on the side. And then you've got stuff like your stability control here. And then they do give you fancier looking pedals. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see we've got nice perforated trim on either side, and then it's kind of like a smooth texture there at the bottom and at the top. Got the Hyundai logo front and center. Paddle shifters there on the back for the dual clutch. And then we've got normal practical controls like adaptive cruise control, lane centering, we've got volume voice command controls. And then we've got our cool N mode select here, and then your NGS to make it so that the car's even more aggressive, a little bit quicker as well. It's kind of like a boost function in a way. And then you still have traditional stocks, and they actually have a nice finish on them. But there's a quick look at the gauge cluster, which I think overall the design's pretty cool. Now it does have the traditional kind of sport modes, or drive modes rather. I said sport modes. But then you also have the whole N mode setup there where you can change that, so it's kind of cool. So just a backup camera in reverse. Trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's quick to respond. Easy enough to use. You've got your little N mode tab. That's fun with the animation. But yeah, it shows you different bits of information on what's happening with the car. Do have some physical controls down below, including our dual zone climate, heated seats as well. And then I'll move the shifter out of the way so you guys can see we've got a wireless phone charging pad, some USB ports. We've got our drive mode select here with our with your camera button and then your parking sensors. And then shifter with the automatic transmission. My brain skipped forward to the shifter. I need to get more sleep, folks. Got the brake here, got some cup holders, and center console. Nice trim here on the top. And I do like the vent design down below. I don't know if it's gonna pop up. There you go. Yeah, pretty normal glove box. And then this does have a sunroof. Nice. So here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see 2025 Elantra N, and got a pretty good warranty on this. Anyways, 37,070 bucks. So this is like 10 grand less than a Civic Type R with a dual clutch. Let's see how it performs. So, visibility over the hood, solid. Ooh, that's actually soft touch, nice. Both mirrors do have blind spot warning. And turn the rest of the rear. And something's kind of random. Some people ask why I talk about surfaces being soft touch or not. I think that's important because when surfaces are just hard like this, right, it kind of cheapens a car. And so I think it's just important to note so that people can kind of get an idea through these videos of how premium or non-premium a vehicle feels, because this, it does make it, I would say it does make a difference when something's just very plasticky versus it's got nice trim throughout. Man, I love these seats. I'm a little bit bigger than your average person, 215 pounds now, and so, you know, some of these tighter seats I don't really fit in all that well, but these I actually fit in pretty comfortably. Steering's nice. I mean, this feels like a it's like, this is gonna offend people, but it feels like a commuter car kind of in this setting. Like it's got some road noise from the performance tires. That's something to note. Performance tires are a little bit louder, but suspension's pretty comfortable. Again, a little bit firmer, but still pretty comfortable. And yeah, it's just kind of toots along. Doesn't do anything crazy. So you could definitely daily drive this very easily. Yeah, not bad at all. So pop into the N mode. It's always the fun part. I'll do the NGS as well. So come around this corner, just make sure that there's nobody. Okay. So NGS. Oh, wow, this thing rips. And it does little pops out the exhaust. Those probably aren't going to pop up on the GoPro. They're pretty faint, but they exist. That's fun. That is fun. Yeah, this car's got, and the steering's way heavier. This car's got dual personality. I like it. I like it. Man, this is a cool car. Very, again, super just normal, almost to an extent. Like, you hear the exhaust a bit more than like a normal Elantra, of course, but so normal it's almost boring. But then you pop it into the N mode and you get into it a bit, and it corners really well too. Full-on sports car. You know, full-on Civic Type R, Focus RS, you know, all that stuff, competitor. And it's cool that you can get dual clutch or a manual, just like the Volkswagen siblings, the GTI and the Golf R. So overall, this is a performance bargain. It really is a fun car to drive. It doesn't have the same name brand as Civic Type R, Golf R, right? Doesn't have the same name brand, but it's got great driving dynamics, and it's, you know, the thing is, they really have undercut the competition. I mean, this is significantly, gosh, so much fun, significantly less expensive to buy. I mean, a loaded up Civic Type R, yeah, you're like 46, 47, and then Golf R, you're like, yeah, 50 grand nowadays. Expensive vehicles. So for sub $40,000, I don't think this can be beat. It's way better than a GTI, that's for sure. The GTI is a fun car, but this knocks the socks off the GTI. And then same thing with the WRX. Like, if you're actually comparing this to like priced cars, knocks the socks off the WRX, knocks the socks off the GTI. The only benefit of the WRX over this is all-wheel drive, but this thing's fun. Let me know what you guys think about the Elantra N, and if they get a manual in, I'll get a review for you guys, but those are pretty rare. The automatics are a little bit easier to get a hold of. That's all.